The unspoken love. Jack had always been a quiet child, preferring the solace of his thoughts to the company of others. His eyes would light up every time he saw Mary, the girl with the radiant smile and kind heart. From the first day he saw her in kindergarten, he knew she was special. As they grew older, Jack's feelings only deepened, but so did his shyness. He would often find himself stealing glances at her, his heart pounding, yet his lips sealed tight, afraid of rejection. In high school, Mary blossomed into a beautiful young woman, her laugh contagious and her presence magnetic. She was always surrounded by friends, her warmth drawing people in like moths to a flame. Jack watched from the sidelines, his love for her growing stronger with each passing day. He would write poems about her, dreaming of the day he would muster the courage to ask her out. But that day never came. Graduation came and went, and life took them on different paths. Jack went to college in a distant city, and Mary stayed in their hometown, eventually marrying and starting a family. Years passed, and Jack often wondered what could have been if he had just spoken up. He buried himself in work, trying to forget the girl who had stolen his heart. Fate, however, had other plans. One rainy afternoon, Jack found himself back in his hometown for a business trip. As he walked down the familiar streets, memories of his youth flooded back. Lost in thought, he almost didn't notice the woman standing in front of him until she spoke. "Jack, is that you?" He looked up and his breath caught in his throat. It was Mary, her hair a little shorter, her eyes a little wiser, but still the same Mary who had captured his heart all those years ago. "Mary, it's been so long," he stammered, his heart racing. They decided to catch up over coffee, and as they sat in a cozy cafe, the years melted away. They talked about their lives, their families, and the choices they had made. The conversation flowed easily, but there was an undercurrent of something unsaid, a tension that neither could ignore. Finally, Jack took a deep breath and looked into Mary's eyes. "Mary, there's something I need to tell you. Something I should have said a long time ago." Mary's heart skipped a beat. "What is it, Jack?" "I was in love with you, Mary. From the moment I met you, I loved you. But I was too scared to tell you. I was afraid you would reject me, and I couldn't bear the thought of losing you even as a friend." Tears welled up in Mary's eyes. "Oh, Jack, I loved you too. I waited for you to make the first move, but you never did. I thought you didn't feel the same way." They sat in silence for a moment, both grappling with the weight of what could have been. Tears streamed down their faces as they mourned the lost years and the love that never was. "Jack, do you think we could have been happy together?" Mary asked, her voice trembling. "I do," Jack replied. "I think we could have been the happiest family on earth. I regret my cowardice every day." They spent the evening reminiscing, sharing stories, and imagining the life they could have had. As the night wore on, they knew that their moment together was fleeting. They embraced, holding each other tightly, knowing that this was goodbye. The next morning, they woke up to a world that felt both new and achingly familiar. They shared one last cup of coffee, their hands lingering as they said their goodbyes. With heavy hearts, they went their separate ways, knowing that they would never see each other again. But as they walked away, they carried with them the knowledge that they had once been loved deeply and that their unspoken love had shaped their lives in ways they could never fully understand. And perhaps, in that knowledge, there was a kind of peace. Jack returned to his life, his heart a little heavier, but also a little lighter. He had finally told Mary how he felt, and in doing so, he had freed himself from the chains of regret. Mary, too, found solace in their reunion. She had always wondered what might have been, and now she knew. Their paths would never cross again, but the memory of their love, unspoken yet profound, would stay with them forever. In the quiet moments of their lives, they would remember each other and the chance they had let slip away. And in those memories, they would find the strength to cherish the love they had, even if it was never realized. That's how the story ends, friends. Join the conversation below and express your thoughts on this novel. If you found it captivating, share the link with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new story that will make your heart race. Your support inspires us to create more tales. All the best to you. Take care and see you next time.